Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special edition of Movie Club for the month of October. We are currently, meaning myself and Mike, are currently we're on the 18th floor, at least a minimum of 170 feet above the
sea level.
Oh, potentially. I guess it's the Columbus Area Convention Center?
It's the Greater Columbus Area Convention Center, I think is the official name.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're here. It is G-Dex weekend. The Dex, as we're going to start calling it internally.
You can call it whatever you want.
And that's right. So we just came out of watching The Joker, which we'll get to in a second.
Not it's
Joker.
Joker.
Fucking hell. We watched Dark Knight for the old movie, and yeah, it was gonna be an interesting weekend. We'll have a lot of recordings from this weekend, get a lot of stuff done. So, AJ, I have a story for you that I purposely have waited toward the podcast to tell you. Okay.
Okay.
So, my head right here is a little sore if I rub it. Do you know what happened?
You're too short to wonk your head on the overhead bins.
Okay. So we have a new employee at work, right? They were doing VR, okay? We're doing a Spider-Man demo. She was way into it because her earphones were on and would not listen. So you're gonna have to narrow it if I get too quiet on people, okay? So she's doing this, right?
Mike is playing the maracas?
Okay. So remember, she's wearing a Vive headset with a wire, right?
Yeah.
She does this real quick. Do you see a problem yet?
She tangles herself up.
But she doesn't know it yet. So my interest is to go down and I can push it, because how she's standing, it's loose enough I can push it down real quick. I go down to do this. She full force, because in Spider-Man you have to do this to reset your webs.
Yeah.
She full strength went, and straight knocked me to the fucking ground. Wait. Best part of this one. She didn't notice. She kept playing for 2 more minutes until it was done, and then she went, "What happened?"
Well, I'll tell you what. You wouldn't last at one of the events that's going on in the convention center right now. It's the Eastern Ohio Olympic boxing trials.
This was Monday, by the way. Tuesday, I had straight it was pure black and blue right here.
It's currently Friday.
Yeah.
Still sore, but like I said, you're a lightweight. So, yeah. So, I guess that happened to Mike.
Moral of the story: let someone try.
Yeah. Or just go wireless.
There's a lot of safety issues with that. Well, that's a fight. We'll just leave it at that's a fight at work. Well, what about you, AJ? How has your week been before travels?
Good. Busy.
So you got to drive here, right? So you took the on the highway.
Yeah.
I had to take 2 planes here, okay? So I tweeted this out and I told AJ I'm officially given Charlotte Airport the prestigious award of the worst fucking airport in the country. It has beat Newark Airport for the piece of shit that it is, right?
Let me see if I can pull up your exact wording.
Oh, come on, my wording was great. You gotta admit, this was some quality A, me having no sleep level wording. What is my exact wording, AJ?
Charlotte Airport has taken the worst airport award from Newark. Honestly, a tough battle. My God, the winner should be proud. I've never seen so many people in such a tight space. It blows my fucking mind how atrocious this airport could be. Just saying. AJ is now currently stalking my Twitter, which terrifies me. Well, I'm just looking at your retweets.
That is some.
Which consists a lot of Bill Pulte.
Oh yeah.
I'll give $1,000.
Okay, because hear me out, okay? If you get it once, you're fucking good. So I don't give a fuck. Because by all accounts, it's legit. So someone has to win it.
Yeah.
He's from your area.
I don't know the name.
Well, he's from Detroit. It's close enough to you, right? It's same city. He's some billionaire, and he just started doing that and it started spreading around.
Well, billionaires in Detroit are becoming a more common thing.
That's just because I could buy a bunch of houses for $1, wait 5 years, and then sell them for thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So, AJ, which movie would you like to talk about first? Dark Knight or Joker?
Let's discuss Joker.
Because time?
Because time.
Okay, and then if we need to, we'll come back.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Well, let's set the scene.
Okay.
So we're in Columbus for GDEX.
I called this theater, by the way. A mile away.
Oh, yeah. Mike completely called the theater that we went into. But that's not... That before we get to that, we thought we were going to see the 70 mil showing.
And we messed up. I messed up.
No big deal. It still worked. I don't think 70 would have really...
I think maybe it would look nicer, but...
So Interstellar on 70 is a religious experience. I don't think this movie would have
Joker
been
has shots where I think would have been a religious experience, like the end when the riots are happening. I think that could have been a cool 70 mil scenes. I think some of so Joker had nice long slow shots. Those could have been kind of cool too, where they're kind of like zooming in on him.
Yeah.
But others, I agree with you. I think as a whole, it didn't make the experience.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the next step in this adventure to you?
So we made it to... Actually, I was surprised by the ticket prices.
Yeah, the ticket prices were...
It was $9.
Which is like what I pay in middle of nowhere Florida prices.
And it's cheaper than a matinee for me.
Yeah.
So...
But okay, so now...
Well, okay, it depends on what theater I go to, but...
So now we're going to paint the theater. The theater is... So, obviously I'm from Chicago originally, so it's like... I picture like the Logan Theater in Chicago. We went to some art theater in Ohio, and I called it, like, this is some hippie art theater. They must do part art house. They must do regular things. And I was like, I bet you, before regular trailers are going to do something with Ohio, give us money. We then sit through 10 minutes of like why Columbus is a good art scene for schooling, for the lady who likes to paint animals every day, which I could not handle.
That was a good one. That was a pretty good one.
Those are the little moments. I told AJ, I said, we could just switch out any Midwest city and this commercial would work. Remember, it's the Columbus Opera. I need someone to email me or explain to me what's unique about the Columbus Opera, because they didn't explain. They just said, be unique.
Yeah,
done.
It was just like, it was a blanket, like, we're different. Like, well, how are you different?
Also, we have established, too, the seats we sat on, probably as old as us.
At least.
Like,
yeah.
Okay.
Mid-90s, maybe even earlier.
It was half blue, half gray, so you could tell. I bet you the blues were the newer ones.
Yeah. I have a feeling, like, this theater is, like, remnants of theaters as they go out of business.
It just takes the parts.
I mean, it works, right? Like,
yeah.
If it's a smaller theater
like,
that goes under.
It runs a lot of cool stuff, because apparently, like, today it was running the Breaking Bad movie. It's gonna run,
Scott Hitchcocktober.
Right, it's also going to run the Scorsese movie coming up. Like, it's very interesting. It's one of those theaters, which I always like being near, too. Especially for the price. I would totally, if I was here, once in a while, be like, oh, let's go see a random thing.
Yeah. Yeah, they had an interesting, like, variety of movies. It was about half new, half older. And
it's funny because they're like, we're old theater, and we have beer. Like, they just had, like, even in the commercials they had, too. Like, part theater, part pub. You're like, what?
Yeah. Well, this theater was, like, in a gentrified area.
No, but not just gentrified area. The one half city block that was gentrified. Yeah. It wasn't like an area. It was literally like, here is the city block that we cut into and made a shopping center out of.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, and it had, like, a couple of restaurants.
But then we walked 3 feet later, and you're like...
Yeah. It's a college town, that's for sure.
Okay. So is this good painting for getting into the feeling of the movie now?
Yeah. And I was genuinely surprised by the picture quality. I figured it would have been like an older projector and maybe like a rattier screen.
Yeah, no,
it was
actually
like,
pretty good.
It was a crystal clear, I'm guessing, laser projector, and what appeared to be like a, clean new screen.
Mm-hmm.
So
So now we sit down. Joker begins. What are your?
There were a couple trailers before.
That's true. We had the Nolan movie. We had the Scorsese movie.
Tenet, and then Tenet was the last one.
What was the? I'm trying to think of the phrase for this one. They called it the Black Bonnie and Clyde movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't tell you the name of it.
Besides, it was the one guy from Get Out. Yeah,
we've seen trailers for that for a while.
Which I'm gonna call it now, and I said this to you in the theater. Commercially gonna bomb. Guarantee it's gonna be up for some Best Picture. I think it was something best.
And then the Doctor Sleep, is that what it's called?
That's the Shining 2 one, yeah.
Shining 2. Which I'm calling it now. Ewan McGregor is Danny as an adult.
Obviously, I thought that to me that almost looks like it just is. Like I don't know if that's a question.
Yeah.
I think that's all the trailers.
That was all the trailers.
And then and then you get Joker. So this is
which the Doctor Sleep trailer is kind of weird. I haven't seen The Shining in a while. Is it? It's not like a mystical.
No, I feel like you got too mystical in that trailer. Shining has mystical moments, like him being possessed. But to me, it felt more like because it was late 70s, I think, and it felt more like that grounded era when you do that stuff.
This is like people are in each other's head. Like this is a Strand movie.
Right, yeah. Instead of it being like, The Shining to me is, someone gets possessed, but it's still the man you see.
Yeah.
It's something.
It's something, that's for sure.
Okay, now, Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix is great.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Like, he's a character actor. Like, so he gets into characters, and he fit this Arthur
Joker.
Fleck perfectly.
So here is the ultimate question in my head, right? 10 years ago, if I told you we got an art house DC film, would you believe me?
Yeah.
This is in the superhero genre because it's Joker, obviously, but it's the most art house film humanly fucking possible.
Oh, I totally see why this cleaned up at Cannes and.
Oh, I see why I cleaned up there, but my thing is though, it's cleaning up like in the mainstream, and that's what doesn't make sense to me. Those films don't do that.
I almost wonder if, because there's obviously superhero fatigue, if it's like this is not a superhero movie.
But no, it's not superhero. It's R-rated. Like there's so many things like stacked against this film.
Yeah, this film shouldn't have succeeded.
Like on paper, it maybe critically does, but commercially, this film should be a flop.
Yeah.
This film should be a $10 million budget flop film that a bunch of people see, does great in VOD, you're done.
Yeah.
That's what this film should be.
Instead, we get
whatever the hell
what rivals to be the top performance of a Joker ever.
I don't think it beats Heath Ledger, but I think it might be the next best.
I put him 1A, 1B.
See, and I don't, because to me, it's part of it's like.
They're also two different Jokers completely, but it's
it's that, and also I look at this and I go, "This is gonna sound like a good reference for a second. You're gonna just stare at me like I'm a crazy person, okay?"
Mm-hmm.
This is us compacting Smallville in a tighter format of going from Clark to Superman, in the same way you're going from person to Joker in a very tight format.
Yeah.
That's very much what this is.
Yeah, it's very like wham bam, thank you ma'am. He's all of a sudden.
This is why I hesitant giving him because like part of it is he's not Joker the entire time. Like it's the transition to Joker. And I compare it to the end. What we said is it reminded me the world we live in is like it'd be like the Batman Beyond world, but in the old Batman time. So the discomfort of the world, the way the riots come up, as you see the formation of the gangs.
Yeah. This, we'll try not to get into super heavy spoilers.
Oh, I thought we were going for it. I think we're going for it. They have time.
We'll give them
spoiler warning. Okay.
Yeah, just a full blanket.
Yeah.
Spoiler warning. This perfectly sets up
a reboot of the world.
A retelling of Nolan's Dark Knight.
Do you know what upsets me about that though? Is it doesn't, because Joker, by the time Batman would be an adult, would be dead.
Yes, but I mean, Joker is like if you think about it, Joker's not a superhero. Like, in the sense that there's nothing.
So this is my Batman Beyond argument.
Yeah.
Joker doesn't exist in that world anymore. It's all
Yeah.
is the gangs of Jokers.
Well, and they set it up in this. Like,
Yeah.
the people become the clown. So the city becomes the clown, basically. So
Oh.
I don't think you need Arthur Fleck.
Also, the thing I appreciate this. So going into this film, since it was so focused on Joker, and we knew that people exist in the world, I legitimately did not cross my mind they were setting up Batman's parents being killed from this. Like walking
Yeah.
into this film.
Yeah. Well, and we looked at the runtime and it was like, it's, what, 2 hours 2? I totally thought the movie was going to end when he went on Murray's show.
I thought it'd be like walking out.
Like, there's
Ladies
the,
and gentlemen, Joker. And
yeah,
cut
there's the shot of him from backstage,
And it looks
that's in
like-
the trailer, and
yeah.
like that is an end shot.
And they kept going.
Yeah.
My only thing is this first, I'm gonna say like 40 minutes to me. They're necessary in the full package, but in the
Yeah.
moment, they're somewhat slow and setting him up and setting up his life.
Yeah, it kind of dragged, but then when it hit, it was moving.
And that's true. So I think one of my complaints looking at it, I think in the moment it was weird to me too. So like, obviously they eventually set up that he's full blown schizophrenic.
Yeah.
So the first time I was suspicious
Well,
of it, and I
would
think
that be schizo or would that be?
it'd be Beautiful Mind style schizo.
I'm trying to think of what that.
Beautiful Mind.
Excuse me. No, there's a
Schizophrenic.
schizophrenia
is
is
usually just audio.
multiple personalities, basically.
No,
And-
schizophrenia is usually just audio. You hear audio, but some
Yeah.
people claim to see also.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it set it up. I wasn't exactly sure how they were going to handle it, but the way that they show it,
I think for the first time I was suspicious, and I think this is the weak point of it, is when I became suspicious for a second, was when he's doing his stand-up. And then all of a sudden he just killed it, and I'm like, that felt weird.
yeah. Yeah.
Like, it felt like
So-
it went from him bombing to killing it way too quick.
Yeah.
And when you see her there, I didn't even catch on immediately until later in the film we go back to her apartment, like when he sneaks in, and
Yeah.
she has no clue who he is, and I was like, oh wait, that all was faked.
Yeah. And then they blast through it and
Yeah.
show the cuts. And it was pretty cool. It was a good way to do that. It was like, okay. You kind of got into the mind of...
So what
Who
is your
this Joker
opinion
is.
of his mother?
So my question was going to be...
How did she get him?
Well, no. I've never read the comics. Is there a timeline where Arthur Fleck is Thomas Wayne's son?
I don't think there's a timeline where his name's Arthur Fleck.
Okay.
I don't think there's a timeline where he's. There might be some weird like one-off where there's
Yeah.
a better relation to them, but I don't know if it's ever their brothers.
So, okay, so it sets up...
But here's the question: I can't tell. What was the final answer? Were they brothers?
So they show unnamed child on the adoption paperwork.
Okay, but here's the ultimate question, right?
Yeah.
How old is Joaquin Phoenix in this?
Well, they say that the records were 30 years ago, so you have to imagine he's
Mid-30s.
early 30s.
How old is Thomas Wayne in this?
Well, that's my question.
Right,
is
this is my question.
Bruce is like 9,
Which is about to be where he's. Yeah, it's about accurate when he gets killed. Like, that is very accurate to the comics.
so Thomas Wayne must be in his 50s.
Right, that doesn't. But he doesn't look or act the 50s to me.
Yeah, maybe early 50s. Like,
Right, but like to me, that's why. To me, when you explain that she's just crazy and she made it up, makes a lot more sense.
yeah, but they started to kind of put the like.
I think they left
They-
it. I think they left it open on purpose.
Yeah. Like they set up that it could go either way. Like she's crazy, but in the same breath, like could she just be crazy because people are telling her she's crazy? Like
So speaking of going crazy, so I think one of the things in this film, this is why I think it worked really well, is violence from Joker is sparing, but when it happens,
it's impactful.
yes. So the first violent moment is obviously him getting beat up on the train, like where he causes violence.
Oh, yeah.
And when he pulled out the gun and shot the guy, I was less shocked he killed him, more the way they showed the killing, and I was like, oh, we're going down this road in this film.
Well, and actually, they did it later than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, that was like an hour or some change in.
Well, no, just in terms of that sequence.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were having the lights go out.
Yeah.
So I was figuring one of the times he was
He's
just going to
stand
sit there,
up and
stand
go
up,
pop.
boom, and just blast him, which they ended up doing, but he waited until they...
And then he chased the guy, which is fucking absurd.
That's when you could tell, like, okay,
It was
he's
over.
stabbed. Like,
So you go to that, then after that is him killing his mother.
Yep, he smothers his mother.
Which, the moment he stood up to it, I was like, there's no way they're going to let this happen. I assumed a nurse would come, something. No, they just let it happen.
Well, in the EKG, I think that's what it's called,
Yeah.
never flatlined.
Never flatlined, and she kept calling the nurse.
No, that's the monitor in her hand.
Oh, I thought that was her trying to trigger a nurse button.
That's down on the bed.
Okay.
The thing they strap on your finger is your...
But my question is, they knew he was visiting.
Yeah.
Now he's gone and she's dead. And you could tell she's smothered, because when you're old, probably something broke.
Yeah.
No?
Well, they were already looking for him, so...
That's true. Then, the next thing is, when his clown friends visit. This is... I didn't expect this death.
So
I expected,
hold
but I
on.
didn't expect it the way we got it.
The big guy, the
Yeah.
big clown, what is he from?
I don't know.
Because I've seen him before and recognize him so much.
But yeah, so like, when obviously you picked up this, is you knew someone was going to die there.
Well, at first, I thought it was the cops.
I did too. And then they opened the door.
I thought it was the detective.
But literally, so he starts, so he kills him literally out of the blue when it comes into that scene.
Yeah.
And when he does it, it's not like they just, we stabbed him in the neck. They fucking stab in the neck, gushing blood, stab in the eye, poke him down, beat him to death.
Yeah, cracked his skull open.
Into the wall like 50 times.
Yeah.
And you have the little guy being like, just shaking.
Yeah, he's just hiding in the corner.
So this is when you get to the next part of, you go to the little guy. He goes, I'm not going to kill you. You know that little guy is shitting himself.
Yeah.
Then he can't open the door.
That was the best part. Like, because obviously, when you make a movie, there's a thing called Chekhov's gun, which is where if you show something,
You're supposed to go back to it.
you go back to it. They show him lock the door.
Right, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's gonna play into the scene somehow.
Which I forgot it was.
Yeah. So
So he unlocks it. The best is when he unlocks it, has him walk by, and he goes, like he's about to get him. I don't understand. But it was, at first I didn't understand why he let him go, and then he says it. He looks at him and goes, you're the one who was always nice to me. And he just lets him go.
yeah, I do have to say they captured the audio for this movie is incredible.
Yeah.
You feel every gunshot.
I also think the soundtrack, besides the license, I think fits too, but I think as a whole,
Well,
they play
the way
audio.
they did the license was weird. It was like they were trying to get around copyright laws. They were playing like 30-second chunks, and I'm like, that was a weird spot to cut it and go to an orchestral.
But like when they play the non-licensed stuff, I think it works really well too.
Oh, the orchestral just there's doom and gloom written all over that.
And then we get to him. So originally, I like we'll get to the show in a second, but I like how like they set up the show thing where his dream is to be on the show.
Yeah.
Which at first, I couldn't tell if this was a memory for him or if that was a real thing that happened before I realized that was in his head. The first instance of the show.
Oh, when he gets pulled on stage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At first, I thought maybe that was like a memory.
Yeah.
That just went poorly is what I expect to happen. And then you realize it's in his head. So when he actually got invited on the show, I thought it was possible this is in his head and he's going to show up and not be the guest.
Yeah. That could have been.
Because at that point they already set up that he had these problems.
Yeah. Yeah. They did.
So then he goes up there. So he focus up. I like the whole Joker thing. They call him out. He looks the part at this point. Like green hair,
Yeah,
the suit's set up. It's different color, but it's still the Joker.
Yeah.
And then he does the whole thing.
Well,
him admitting
his transformance into Joker was perfect. The dance down the stairs. So there's a Vanity Fair video. I think it's Vanity Fair video.
Oh, the original test footage of this, right?
No, of them breaking down a dance scene. Now, I didn't watch the video; it just came up on my YouTube feed because I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
anything spoiled for this movie. So I'm not sure if it was the stairs or if it was in the bathroom because both of them
Oh,
were creepy dance scenes.
not a good year for clowns. So if you're a clown, suggest a new job.
Yeah.
So he goes up there. Him admitting all this stuff, I thought was a little weird.
Yeah, just the way that like I was like, okay, this is his real like admitting that he's the Joker, basically.
Mhm. So then that happens. Then you get to the joke part, and then all of a sudden he goes, "I'm gonna tell you a joke." After all the admitting stuff too,
Well, and he had set up
the knock
the
joke
gun, yeah,
for the knock.
but he was going to kill himself. was the way
Right.
it was
This
set
we're
up.
gonna, and then he goes, "You're an evil person. I'm gonna do one more joke," and that's another one of the moments of it being violent and the death would be impactful. But they fucking show the death is what makes it impactful too. Like though you see the bullet fly out, the blood fly out the single bullet hole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we didn't mention too the way he enters on the stage. We shakes hand, and then he goes to the old woman and
And
just
kisses her.
for like a solid 10 seconds.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Robert De Niro's his face just shows it.
I genuinely wonder how much direction Todd Phillips gave Joaquin Phoenix.
Or just go.
Or did he just give him a list of like, this is my Joker? Like,
So do you think it's the example of how like do you know how Seinfeld scenes are written? Well, how it works basically was Jerry Seinfeld, whoever the writer was with him at the time, went to everyone in the cast and went, "This event has to happen in the scene has to last 2 minutes. Go."
Yeah.
Or that's even like, or even that's God, what's the show? Who was the guy who wrote with Seinfeld who made the HBO show?
Oh, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, so that's exactly how that show writes too. He goes, "This event needs to happen in the scene. Otherwise, do what you want."
Yeah.
I wonder if I wouldn't be that shocked if they go, "Kiss this woman." Maybe it's or something like that happens.
Or like you come on, like,
yeah,
because they set up like, oh, I forget the doctor's name already, but I love the doctor. You know, I've been watching forever. Like, so it made sense as a character that he would have done that.
but it was so unsettling.
Also, Mark Maron as the, I don't know, he's not really an MC.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess he could be considered the MC.
So
The casting for this movie was great.
oh yeah, so then you get to all this, and then after this, he eventually gets arrested. You go through the riots in the streets. The song playing. That's why I like the song playing here. Also, I thought this was going to be where you end the film. It's just him in the
With
back.
him in the back of the
Yeah.
car. Yeah. Once they got to the Murray show, you could have. There were many points
points
where
to
you
end this.
could have like.
Or you know
seen
the spot to end it is him shooting him walking up to the camera, and you cut the credits with him doing the final thing talking.
Yeah.
That'd be how I would have done it.
They did a really cool transition of
The
pulling back from the camera into a studio. I thought they end it.
there
They fade to black as they're pulling out.
again, and then what you do is you kind of cut in some of the things throughout the credits or whatever.
Because the way that they set this up is not in any way, shape, or form, at least from the way you look at it, setting up a new universe, which this does.
Yeah. This is where I get a little weird in my head. So the riots are now, right? And then at the riots, then we go to Arkham.
Yep.
It doesn't make sense to me, though, where he got captured part.
Yeah.
Because obviously the answer that we could all give, which is the easy answer, is, oh, it's a time jump. But I would have liked to have seen it.
Yeah. Also, I thought for sure it was going to be Scarecrow as the person interviewing him. I couldn't remember his name. I was going to...
No. I thought it'd be Harley Quinn. Because that's who it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
It should be like... And maybe should have been. But you... So...
Was she a... She worked at the asylum, but...
She was his nurse.
But that wouldn't have been who interviewed him.
Yeah, she's her therapist. Harley Quinn is supposed to be Joker's therapist. She's Dr. Quinn, and then over time he corrupts her. So to me,
yeah, but
if you're doing that cameo thing, you at least put the nameplate Dr. Quinn something.
Yeah.
To give that.
I don't know if that was supposed to be like an initial interview, which in most cases, like with a big profile person like that,
you do a different person.
You would have your high profile psychiatrist come in and talk to them. and then you would move them on to
wherever they go.
Quinn.
But like to me though, that would have been a fun. If you're setting up the world,
Yeah.
you've set up some. You know, it'd been amazing at that point if you cut it and it's Margot Robbie. People would have lost their mind.
Yeah.
Like you just admit this is the soft world we just landed ourselves into.
Yeah, but like this movie doesn't have a lot of like. There's not a lot of Easter eggs.
Yeah, which is what's so fascinating. Besides the obvious killing of the Waynes.
Also, the way that they did that they just went to the standard, like they're in the alley. And
Literally, when we cut to the theater shot, you looked at me like,
yeah, I'm
"What's
like,
happening?"
this is where it happened.
Because it is the same
Yeah.
shot. I'm convinced
Yeah.
they've shot this once and just reused it.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is where it is.
So I think I was suspicious that was going to happen when you started focusing on Thomas Wayne, and then specifically when you went to his house. I think I looked at you and said something like, "It's going to happen."
Yeah, well, and then they did the the charity benefit
Yeah,
in the bathroom. I thought for sure that's when he was going to do it.
but like at that point, I'm like, they have to end this film, show it at some point. This film,
Yeah.
Batman being set up.
Yeah.
But see, to me though, so this is what's interesting about this film. Throughout the journey of watching it, there was a moment for me where I was wondering if they were doing an inverse Bruce Wayne story, where there wasn't going to be a Bruce and he was Bruce.
Oh, Joker was Bruce?
Yes.
Has that ever happened?
I think there are versions of that story. Because there are versions of stories where the Waynes didn't get murdered.
And Batman is just
Right.
somebody.
Right. Or Batman doesn't exist in this world, and instead, he was Bruce, something happened, they lost the kid. Ergo.
Yeah, okay, yeah, the way that they set it up, Arthur Fleck could be
Right.
the real Bruce Wayne.
Right.
So,
I'm not saying I don't think it is in this scenario, but I'm saying there are moments in that film where I wondered if that's where they were going with.
yeah.
As like, what if happened if he got wrong?
Yeah. I mentioned it that Joaquin is a perfect fit for this Joker. His broken collarbone that
Yeah.
didn't heal properly just adds to it.
Also, it's just so there's little other unsettling things they did of like there's gonna be a weird comparison part when they eventually show him like dancing in his underwear, and it just like it adds to his lifestyle of, like it's just the wrong size and this thing of like
Yeah.
everything's just unsettling about him.
Yeah, he like went full machinist
Mm-hmm.
and lost a ton of weight.
But they like kept his underwear from the correct weight on him.
Yeah.
Like all of that
Which
stuff.
makes sense because, like, obviously, in their position, they have no money.
What?
Like,
Which is another question I have in the film. So he obviously lost his job.
Yeah.
And he spent a lot of money post losing his job. For relative to what they probably have,
Yeah.
he spent a lot of money.
yeah. Well, you don't know if he actually spent the money. Did he just go into a store and just
That's true.
steal a suit?
But, so, here's the question then. Joker. Do you recommend it?
Absolutely.
So I 100% recommend it, but so my question becomes, is this for everyone? And I don't think it is.
No. I totally see why it's extremely divisive.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
I agree with the criticism. I don't know criticism. The general thing when you walk out of that film is when you ask someone did they enjoy the film, everyone goes,
It's hard to enjoy because it's so
it's a journey.
grounded that it's hard to switch off your brain.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, obviously, like, we'll get to it when we talk about Dark Knight, but Heath Ledger's Joker is just separated
Which is
from reality.
so funny because we identify that universe as grounded.
It's the most grounded. But, like, his portrayal of Joker is so
Larger than life.
larger than life. Like, there's no way this person could ever exist.
Mm-hmm.
Joaquin's Joker could easily be walking on a street in any city.
Named Gotham. Where apparently trash is.
Yeah, the garbage strike, which is like this like
and they show it too.
the way that they portray it, like
Gotham.
they try to push the garbage strike as like a C plot line.
And then it's
But
super rats.
It never happened. Like nothing ever happens.
Well, they kind of like they show him out in there. They just show trash just piled
Yeah,
up.
but like it
I don't
it
get why
doesn't
either.
affect the world.
So I think it's showing the atmosphere of the world of
Yeah.
what's going. Like they're showing. So there's going to be the weirdest comparison. I don't think you've seen this. I go back to Sorry to Bother You, right? The film I really enjoy.
Mhm.
I just kept getting vibes of that film throughout this film.
I guess.
'Cause that film is
The garbage strike does set up Thomas Wayne's going to run for mayor.
yeah, because he's everything's broken.
But
And then he sets up the
in the
villains.
grand scheme of things, like,
You could have done anything.
Yeah.
You just needed to show discomfort in the city.
yeah, you just needed a...
You just needed to show it's Gotham.
Yeah, and I don't think in 2019 you could do a racial war
You say this,
because
but but like
that
what
would
is
be
the-
a
okay,
touchy subject.
But here's the ultimate thing, right?
Yeah.
So in the grand scheme of things, whether I agree with it or not, you're having the broader discussions in society of this leftist culture and like the corners of the web. So there's the right culture and the corners of the web of like the joke is like eat the rich, attack the rich, take their money. What did this film deal with fundamentally?
Yeah, it was the same thing.
This film literally hit that vocal point, which is very interesting because Todd Phillips was very critical of left stream media during the marketing of this film.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense though because it's like they needed something that would allow everyone to join in.
Yeah,
and the murdering of 3 Wayne
workers.
it seems like they're like mid.
Yeah,
They're not like low level.
but they're the most douchiest frat boys
Oh.
you've ever seen in your life.
Total douchebags.
Chucking the fries at the girl.
Yeah.
Which I like this guy. As we finish up this, she wouldn't leave when they're chucking the fries, but the guy laughs. That's her final straw.
Yeah.
That's a little weird.
Well, and then like you can only imagine that the person that went to the cops was her.
Oh, it has to be, right? It has to. Who else saw? No one else saw it. The train was empty. Obviously, they showed.
Yeah. There were at least 2 cars that were empty. But if I were her, I would have done nothing.
They deserved it.
Like they were total douchebags to you. Like, why are you coming out and like?
So tonight we're gonna get real wasted. I'm gonna get a bunch of McDonald's, just start chucking it at you. I'm gonna see what you do. See if you act like her.
I mean, you will find you in the river the next morning, face down.
Where's the river?
We'll find one.
Okay, so that is Joker.
There is a river around here, a lake or something.
I can see it actually, kind of on the horizon.
Yeah.
Joker, 2019's most intriguing film that we've seen. I think is a way to put it.
So far.
Of the films lined up for the rest of the year, I'm gonna bet you this is the most intriguing.
I'm really interested in Ford versus Ferrari. That comes out next month.
That is not gonna be the same psychological level.
Oh,
of
no.
intriguing.
But in terms of like intriguing on how they...
Oh, I'm also intrigued on Irishman, and we know that too.
Yeah.
But I
That's
don't.
gonna be tough. That's too late in the month to
Oh, I don't think it's
be our November. That could be a December.
Because I don't. Unless we want to do the one day, I don't think I could screen. Yeah. But like to me though, I don't think that film we're gonna walk around having the same conversation of.
No. But I mean, it's also essentially a documentary, so it's like.
But that's a biopic. It's Scorsese's specialty of biopics.
Oh, The Irishman.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
Oh yeah, this.
thinking Ford
So
v Ferrari.
this we're gonna say might redefine stuff. Now let's jump to the other superhero film that fundamentally redefined superhero films.
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
Yes.
So this film, every time I see it, it's doesn't feel to the moment, but it's such a dense fucking film.
Yeah, because it's
Like I forget Japan. I always forget the China Hong Kong thing. Like I forget that's a subplot in the film in the first like.
Taiwan #1.
And so
Let's talk about Hong Kong, so we get taken down.
Wait. It's fine. I already have my phone. I like when they pull out the phone. Wouldn't he take it away, Dark Knight?
Well, okay, so
I have so much.
the dude is like straight up just confused. Obviously, like,
Okay.
all right, whatever. Like, I don't get paid enough.
When he's with the major businessmen on the top roof.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so Dark Knight.
Yeah.
I always stick with this. The opening 5-8 minutes are perfect.
The bank heist, yeah.
Like it is literally, definitionally.
There's
Perfect.
almost no music.
You don't need it.
There's a light score. There's barely any dialogue.
and like you don't even hear Joker for the first couple minutes of
Yeah.
it. You don't know who he is, and really you don't know until he is until you get into the shootout with the gangster
Yeah.
bank guy.
Well, yeah. In a first viewing, you would have no idea who the Joker is.
Mm-hmm.
But I've
Yeah,
seen the movie
Let me phrase you.
countless times.
You know who the Joker isn't throughout the scenes, but you don't know who he is.
Right.
Because as someone talks to you, oh, that's not the Joker. That's not the Joker.
And it's like, they say they keep mentioning this guy saying, "Oh,
I like
Once
the
they're
one
done
guy
shooting.
who's like, he's not getting his cut. He should have been here.
Yeah.
Also, but like, it's such a beautiful heist idea of like he had them each kill each other, and then the one guy wise and he goes, "No, that's the bus driver." The who? Boosh.
so I guess you're gonna kill me, huh?" No, I kill the bus driver.
What bus driver?
What bus driver?
And then it's not only that. And then the gangster guy is still alive. So Joker fucking puts the grenade, like the laughing gas grenade, on him.
The gangster. Oh, you mean the
Bank guy.
bank manager?
Yeah, which is
Yeah.
obviously part of the gang, the Maroni gang.
Yeah, I'd say he's probably not necessarily the Falcone gang, but the.
But he's somewhere involved with them.
yeah.
He obviously
he's
knows what's
probably
happening.
involved with.
He
multiple-
knows what's going on.
Yeah.
That's why he has a shotgun under his desk. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Also, I did appreciate though, because like you go from that and then you cut straight to the fake Batman scenes.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I forgot that Scarecrow's in Dark Knight
Right, and that's the thing. So
because it's so short.
what I
It's like-
appreciate about that is there is that, but there's also that's probably the gas Joker's using. That grenade.
Oh, the fear gas?
Yeah.
Probably not, because it just looks like a standard.
So question, because I've
Two
never had
ways.
this clear, because I don't feel like looking
Yeah.
it up. 'Cause I'm a lazy person. So Joker is out. Scarecrow's obviously that opening drug dealer.
Yeah.
Is Scarecrow also the fake cop later on?
The one that turns and
The guy that's
Shoots?
chained up, and the guy that turns.
no,
Who's the guy chained up? Which is a random guy.
it's
But
just
it
some
looks
ran-
like him.
it's just some random.
My
one.
problem is it looks so much like him.
Yeah, he's just some like they make mention of like he's
I
pulling
know.
guys out of Arkham.
But my issue is though they should have just got a different actor that doesn't look so similar.
Yeah, I guess he looks close enough to Cillian Murphy.
He looks close enough that you don't see him for 70 minutes.
Which I wonder, how much time do you think passed between Batman Begins and Dark Knight?
In World,
Yeah,
I think it's like a year or two. I think it's probably close to real life, like from
Yeah.
films coming out.
because like obviously Scarecrow is
Because you need enough time for fake Batman to pop up, which takes a couple months.
yeah
You need Scarecrow to be kind of a B-rate drug dealer.
well because obviously he's the antagonist for Begins.
No, well,
He's the antagonist for Begins. Like Ra's al Ghul is there, but he's not the.
So it's very interesting with all the Nolan movies. There's always two villains. All three of them, they're two villains.
Yeah.
Which is a very interesting thing.
yeah, because
Talia al Ghul and Bane,
yeah,
Joker and Two-Face, Raj and
Yeah.
Scarecrow.
yeah, which we haven't even talked about Two-Face yet.
Because
Harvey
Dent. So I don't know how. Perfect casting, also.
Yeah.
Like literally perfect casting.
Also, Aaron Eckhart
Mm-hmm.
and Christian Bale look just close enough
Where when they say I'm Batman.
that then when they do when they're at dinner
Yeah.
and the ballerina holds up
Oh yeah.
the napkin, it's like,
Could it
all
be
right,
you?
this is good. Like,
So what's interesting about this film also is to me, so like it jumped to the party a lot quicker than in my memory did, but I forgot because in my head always haven't seen the film in like a year or whatever.
Yeah.
I thought the party is when Harvey Dent got captured. I forgot there's another like 3 fucking scenes before he gets captured.
yeah, because
'Cause that's when the other two get
Bruce,
killed.
yeah,
That's when you both have the commissioner get killed and the judge get killed.
Yep.
So I thought at that point that's when you capture Harvey and then you capture her like a scene later.
Yeah, it's a little bit before they do that.
So then, as we keep going down this, another thing that's always weird about this film to me, but I've always just kind of forgiven.
Mhm.
So it's obviously Batman on purpose tells them the wrong address he's going to, so everyone goes to save Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
How did he jump on the other end of the factory? It's always just a weird kind of thing to me that they run into each other.
Jump on the end of the factory.
So it shows, so you see it from Gordon's perspective when the explosion hits.
Yeah.
But you also see Batman and soon to be Two-Face on the ground when the explosion hits outside. They're nowhere near each other.
Because both buildings were rigged to blow.
No. But
Yeah.
in the moment, when they ask, who are you saving? Batman goes, I'm saving Rachel.
Yeah.
So then the cops go to save the Harvey Dent.
Harvey, yeah.
But Batman's secretly saving Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
He did that on purpose so everyone just saves Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Batman saves Harvey Dent outside. You do not see cop cars there. There are obviously cop cars there because Gordon is next to the explosion.
Yeah. So I just think they went like
Opposite directions?
yeah.
It was always just weird to me in the way they kind of explain that.
Yeah, they don't really set up the way the factory's laid out, so it's
Right.
kind of tough to figure out.
Like, to me, I just saw cop cars next. Like, if it's just the light in the background, it would have just
Yeah.
been a little better. What's the other thing? So, obviously, what I think is genius about this film on a fundamental level is the whole, like, Joker's the villain, but Joker made a villain that's greater than him.
Yeah. I think that Joker, that was his
Gift?
task. Was, I'm going to corrupt, whether it be Batman or Harvey Dent,
I
he's
don't
going
care.
to get one of them
Mm-hmm.
and turn them into, because they're the perfect villain, like they're
Yeah.
the perfect person to go to become. a
And then
villain.
once you prove the uncorruptible.
Yeah.
Because what it is in this film always is, you go to all the stuff, eventually you go to the ship explosion stuff, which is always the fun heist psychology. Because you eventually have the big prisoner check it out, be like, you should done an hour ago.
Yeah.
And then you have it, obviously it's a cool moment when you realize the clowns are the doctors, and the doctors are the clowns. When they do the hostage scene.
Oh yeah.
And then you have him capture Joker. He could have so easily killed Joker, but he saved him.
Yeah.
And that's the infamous line: "What happens when an immutable object makes an unstoppable force?"
Yeah, it's certainly interesting.
So I always stick with it. This is where you disagree with me. I think the fight for the best superhero movie of all time is Dark Knight versus Logan.
Yeah, I would put, like, Logan is art house in the way that Joker's art house.
Mm-hmm.
So I would pair them. I would more pair, like, Dark Knight, like, that is kind of on its own, that trilogy, because Marvel hasn't done that.
But Marvel's also not trying to do that.
Right,
Like, that's not their goal. Like, that's why
Right.
I don't negative for that, because that's for sure not their goal.
right.
It's not like they're trying to do it and they can't do it.
And DC's kind of,
Shit the bed.
well, like, they haven't done that since.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they did Nolan's grounded Batman and basically stepped away from
Which we'll one day probably get to. Dark Knight Rises always pisses me off because they set up Robin.
Yeah.
That's always like, you set him up,
That's the perfect ending for that film, though. Like,
but you want it at that point.
but I mean, Nolan films always end that way. Like, if you look at it, there's always this. You know that this is just a snapshot of.
Like, Dark Knight
world.
ends with him running and it goes, it's not the villain that got, it's not who got them needs, but not right now.
Yeah. What's the line? He's the hero Gotham needs, but not right now.
Yeah.
Something like
But it's
that.
such a great.
Yeah.
Also, how do we feel that Gordon loves his son the most?
It makes sense.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you think
Also,
about
if you look at that's the first kid he went to. He didn't go to the daughter or the son. He just
Yeah.
is the first kid. And I would expect the parent to almost care about the kid in a subconscious way more than the spouse.
because in his mind, like, if we're trying to dive into the mind of Jim Gordon, which is impossible, his wife is older.
Also, it's the parent thing. If you've asked a parent, would you rather lose your spouse versus lose your kid?
Yeah.
Every parent, if they're honest, will probably say you'd rather lose your spouse.
So, well, and just like, if he's thinking, okay, if I save my kid, we can't really have another at this point. Like,
Well, there was another kid.
but like they had 2 kids, but like they couldn't.
One of
Have-
them, as we all know, is secretly named Barbara Gordon, but they won't say it out loud.
Yeah. I don't think they needed to. In
But we
that-
all, yeah, I don't
in
think they
that
need to either.
world, they don't need a Barbara
But we
Gordon.
all knew who it was. I think
Yeah.
that's what the point was. You showed a girl.
Yeah.
If you didn't show a girl, people would be pissed.
So in his mind, he's thinking, it's gonna hurt, but I can give up the spouse. Like
Mm-hmm.
his future
Is
will
the
live
kids.
on. Yeah.
Which is, and fundamentally in psychology speaking, that
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense too. Also, can we all appreciate him faking his death?
Yeah, that was great.
That's such a great, like, and then he comes around and does Joker being captured, who he literally saves Batman's life with that, because Joker probably was going to kill him.
Yeah.
And it's literally, you go, and you turn around and it's him with the shotgun to Joker's face.
Knock knock. Although I will say, if Gordon has blown his head off, then and
They're
there,
done.
that would have been amazing. But in the same breath, like, I have to believe that Nolan saw this as a trilogy.
Oh, yeah.
So Joker was going to
Because, hear me out, though.
die or end.
Do you know what would have been amazing, though? Is otherwise, if he did it, Joker would have succeeded ultimately, because he would have corrupted 2 of the people.
Yeah, he would have corrupted Gordon.
Because, and also, going to the idea of Joker, obviously, the Joker thing was meant, because otherwise you would have killed him if you didn't want Joker to continue.
Yeah, Gordon proved that he was incorruptible.
But I meant the, like, from Nolan's point of view,
Yeah.
you obviously want a Heath Ledger for another film. Because you would have killed Joker.
I don't think you would have, though. I think you would have just
You
somehow.
see, but hear me out, though. You would have done something like Batman goes to save him. And he doesn't.
Okay, so the only one that ever gets killed is Two-Face.
Right.
Because he falls.
So, like, Batman goes to save Joker, right? With the thing?
Yeah.
Have him miss. The one time he fails.
Yeah.
And that lives on, and that's partially why Batman goes into hiding like he does. You can do it without changing anything.
Yeah, he could.
And it would just affect the psychology of he couldn't save him.
No, it would turn him.
Well, Dark Knight Rises is about him turning, basically.
Well, but he would have done it he wouldn't have hesitated in killing Harvey Dent.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think in Bruce Wayne's mind, in the Christian Bale Bruce Wayne, he's trying to save everyone. When he realizes that he can't save everyone,
He
he
has to
will
make a
save
choice.
no one.
Yeah. He literally locks up.
Yeah.
Which to me is always that. I don't know if while we're on this, did you ever read the leaked script, like the stuff that they wanted to do for a 4th movie?
For Nolan?
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It was, they wanted to do Leonardo DiCaprio as Riddler. Which would have been perfect.
He's not tall enough.
But he totally could play the Riddler. Minus the height, he could play him.
Yeah.
I have zero doubt when you watch Leo that he could play the Riddler.
They blew the perfect Riddler with Cillian Murphy. Because he's tall, skinny.
But the
lanky.
issue is, though, I think the Riddler and Scarface are the same character type. Like, on a fundamental... Is Scarecrow. Yeah,
Scarface.
yeah. Scarface, Scarecrow. But I think they're the same character type. I think it's the problem with that one.
Yeah. Well, keep Scarecrow as Begins villain.
Mm-hmm.
Have Leo play that.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cillian Murphy is the Riddler.
Mm-hmm.
Because he just looks like the Riddler. Like, Leo is... It's not that he's too small he's just not... He's not lanky enough.
But my thing is, so if we could adjust it, because obviously we adjust, like, Bane in this world, for example, from what Bane is.
Well, but realistically, Bane is not going to be comic book Bane in this.
But my whole point, though, why can't we just have a smaller Riddler, then?
That's fine. Like,
Because to me, that's the person...
fine.
Because to me, it's the personality that matters with Riddler is what you do to come across. If you're going to do something like that. It's anything else, it's literally the person. It's this personality.
Yeah. I guess you could have done whoever you wanted, but
Because, like, most of the characters are kind of... It's like, everyone always forgets the Batman Begins versus Dark Knight change-up on...
Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never mention it. I'm glad they went with Gyllenhaal.
I think she's better.
Gyllenhaal, she's a much better actress than.
But it's always this weird disconnect you get. It's like, have you ever gone from, like, Iron Man 1 to Iron Man 2?
Yeah.
It's so
I did it recently.
It's so fucking weird.
But they mention with Rhodey, like, oh, I thought you were,
Oh, yeah.
like, whatever.
But, like, they just kind of make chic and tongue-in-cheek about it.
Yeah.
Again, a better choice, I will agree with
Yeah.
you. It's like the Mark Ruffalo thing in Hulk argument. It's a better choice. Well, that one was a he didn't want to do it anymore, too. I think it was he didn't get off enough money, I thought was the story.
From
Hulk to Avengers Hulk. That's the same universe. He originally was playing that part.
You mean Ed Norton?
Yeah. Because that is the cinematic universe. He was going to be in Avengers.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you imagine that world for a second? Ed Norton?
Ed Norton as Hulk? Yeah.
I don't think we'd go on the same story arcs, though.
I mean, Ed Norton can play that lovable idiot.
Because part of what they did with it, off tangent, of course, is like they pretended Incredible Hulk didn't exist until you throw General Ross in Civil War. Like they completely pretended, and then everyone went, "Holy shit! It is still canon."
Yeah. I mean, Mark Ruffalo just plays that lovable idiot better.
Because that's his character type.
Well, that's him as a person.
Right.
So
it's like we could all picture Robert Downey Jr. as the player, because literally he got in trouble for cocaine and being a player when he was younger.
And he just fits Iron Man. Like, I don't know if there's any other actor out there that just fits into Iron Man the way.
Have you ever seen the 1950s Avengers they did?
Yeah, it's terrible.
It is amazing, because that's when Iron Man literally is like a robot.
Yeah. Then they did it in the 70s.
The Fantastic Four is in the 70s also.
Yeah.
Okay, but Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Amazing film?
Yes.
Dark Knight vs. Joker.
Two completely different movies.
Okay. Because I think both of them... Because I think what's genius about both of them is from a more art housey film point of view they try to ask deeper questions.
Yeah, I mean, this Joker feels like it's going to be a standalone movie.
No, which is sad, because you want to see...
Oh, I totally want to see...
Batman try to live in this world.
Yeah, I want to see Joaquin Phoenix.
Because I don't think Batman could live in this world.
Oh, he would get ripped apart.
Right. Because if you're making Joker a human, you have to make Batman a human again. Which I know he's a human, but you get what I'm saying. Like a not trained human.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be sad since this will be a one and done. That being said, I definitely feel like it tries to tackle more.
So, to me though, there's something about the the Nolan theory of the one-word films, where every one of Nolan's movies is one word.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's his whole thing. Is he chooses it's kind of like a word and goes with it. And I think Dark Knight I thought was chaos.
Oh, you mean the title would have been chaos?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you meant his titles in general or one word.
No, but Nolan's whole thing is every film is based on a word and the entire arc of the theory behind the story.
I don't think it's chaos. I think it's
corruption. It's there's something I could look at. There is an actual thing. It was, but the whole point though is I think.
Well, I mean I don't know what the chart says, but I think it's corruption rather than chaos.
But I think though fundamentally why I the Dark Knight I always go to for that as being amazing in the way it happens is he goes from obviously Two-Face is this perfect being, but the idea of Joker coming in and kind of leading all of these individual gangs into being one thing, kind of it shows this growth thing. So I like the parallel of Prohibition, of you have all the bootleggers and then Al Capone comes in and becomes the bootlegger.
Yeah.
In the vacuum something will rise. In modern society,
you kill off a bunch of the Middle Eastern things, and ISIS comes to fill the vacuum.
Yep.
That's why I think Joker has this underlying thing of it feels that way.
Yeah. There's definitely, like, there's a vacuum of this. Because, like, even Deadpool, like, for everything that it is, like, Deadpool could have been, like, this art house superhero movie.
Mm-hmm.
And the first one kind of did that, but then they just went bonkers with the second.
Because they didn't have a budget was part of why they did it.
Yeah. So, maybe that's what they need to do now is instead of giving them $250 million, they go
Which is why I argue Deadpool 1 is stronger than Deadpool 2, because they had to, like, they talk about stuff like they had a 10-minute car chase scene. We didn't need that.
Yeah.
Which is why we didn't get it. They went, okay, what's the story we're telling?
Yeah.
Which Dark Knight is in the era of... So what's interesting is Dark Knight, if I remember correctly, I think is like one of the first Warner Brother films to hit $1 billion. Like, Dark Knight is like the tipping point of $1 billion not being as shocking.
Yeah.
Dark Knight is the magic point.
It was Dark Knight, and then I think Avatar was the next year.
Right, but the whole point though is I think Dark Knight is like the tipping point of like obviously you had Titanic before, like other films did it. It's not the first by any stretch, but the whole point though is once you're at that point, $1 billion now in films, you go, it's a good thing, but there's like 50 of them. Where Dark Knight was like the fourth film to hit $1 billion.
Right, yeah.
And that's what's kind of interesting is Dark Knight is this magic form in Hollywood of how do you make money and the way you do now.
Yeah, well, in this Joker movie appears to be...
Let me see if I can pull the box up.
Doing the same thing. It was what, 300-ish?
Ish. So let's see. Joker on the first week.
It was like 287 worldwide.
It was something absurdly good.
I think it was 90 here in the States, and then I think it was 287.
Box Office Mojo. Always the best, right? Worldwide, we got 289.
For
Joker.
Release weekend?
Total.
Then maybe release wasn't as good. Well,
no, release was still the best October. Release was still good.
Well, no, but that makes sense.
Oh, it was
this is the second weekend.
It was also previews was part of the big deal too.
Yeah.
So put in perspective, Joker's budget. What do you think it is?
We've
talked about this.
60 million?
55.
55.
So the whole point though is they made their money back.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean maybe they just start looking at, you know.
So as we wrap this up, AJ, I gotta say.
Yeah.
One of the few times I can honestly say this, we had a good movie club this month.
Oh, absolutely.
There's no Agent Cody Banks 2 in the scenario. There's no White Boy Rick to deal with.
Yeah.
It was a good movie club month. Thank God. I couldn't take another one of those fucking months of torture.
Yeah. Next month's going to be interesting.
I'm not sure next month's going to be. So yeah. So again, we are here in Columbus as we record this, so depending when episode orders comes up, either you'll get a bunch of news before, a bunch after, but we have a bunch of stuff coming up. We're going to be doing while here at GDocs, setting interviews here while we're on the spot, hopefully setting stuff up in the future, all of that fun stuff. Maybe if we're smart and I pull up my phone, we'll get shenanigans and put them up like videos or whatever of AJ doing dumb shit.
Sure. That might be tough,
but yeah. Otherwise, I think that's all. Remember, follow the show on Twitter at the SWW Show. Like, rate, review on podcast services of choice, Apple Music, Spotify, Anchor, whatever you listen to.
YouTube Music, Google Play Music,
Google
Podcasts.
One Google Podcast. I don't think one of the other ones. You just listen.
Well, I think if we're on Google Podcasts, we're on Play Music.
Yeah. We're on Spotify, which is always nice. Remember?
Well, that's not a thing. Like, that's.
I know.
That's not an achievement anymore.
Yeah. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter at Mikey_Maroney. You can follow AJ on Twitter at The Future Joker. No?
No.
AJ, any parting words as we go off to party in Never Everland?
Yeah, Columbus traffic looks really light right now.
Which is not what you said driving into here.
No.
There's a little backup in the corner there in this road. Kind of the trucks.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, I can see those were blocked by the curtain.
But yeah, it's a nice, probably 60s night here in
Yeah, I
Columbus.
looked up the forecast. I think it's supposed to be 60 tonight. So
Yeah, it's supposed to get cold the rest of the weekend. We're not in the snow vortex at least.
no, it rained for like
And,
10 minutes while we were recording.
and we're not in Japan, which is about to get flooded apparently.
Yeah, so that'll be interesting because there's supposed to be a Formula One race there.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be a boat race now.
They canceled all the stuff for today, for Saturday, or well, yeah,
Yeah,
'Cause
because
it's
Japan. Because Japan.
Japan. So the race would be Saturday night here. So I don't know if they're gonna have it, honestly.
Nice. But yeah, we'll catch you guys next time.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
This podcast was a product of the SWW Show. You can find more at the swwshow.com or facebook.com/the SWW store or twitter.com/SWW. You can find out more about Mike at Mikey_Maroney on Twitter and more about AJ at Losivor on Twitter. Remember, new episodes come out twice a month, one focusing on the new entertainment news and one focusing on movie club, so new and an old movie. You can find out more again at the swwshow.com, and you can find the show on podcast services around the globe.